Imagine waking up at 25, realizing you wasted the most important years of your life. Not because you were lazy, not because you weren't smart enough, but because no one told you the truth. The teenage years are sold as the best years of your life. Movies makes them look exciting, social media makes them look glamorous, and adults constantly tell you to just enjoy being young. But here's the problem. Most things are being prepared for tests, not for life. No one explains the rules of the real world. No one tells you what actually matters. So today, we're going to talk about 6 hard truths every teen needs to hear. Some of these might be uncomfortable, some might challenge what you believe. But if you understand these early, you'll have an unfair advantage in life. Let's start with the first truth. Nobody is coming to save you. One of the biggest lies teenagers grow up believing is this: someone will eventually fix their life. Maybe it's parents, maybe teachers, maybe the school system, maybe society, but the reality is much simpler. No one is coming to save you. Your parents might guide you, your teachers might advise you, your friends might support you, but at the end of the day, your life is your responsibility. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards action. There are millions of talented people who never succeed because they keep waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to notice them. But successful people understand something early. They stop waiting. They start learning skills. They start building habits. They start improving themselves, even when no one is watching, even when no one cares. And if you learn this truth as a teenager, you'll already be ahead of most adults. The truth number 2 is your friends will shape your future. Look at your closest friends. Now ask yourself something honestly. Are they pushing you forward or pulling you backward? Because whether you realize it or not, your environment controls your future. If your friends spend their time scrolling endlessly, complaining about life, avoiding responsibilities, eventually you'll do the same. Not because you're weak, but because humans naturally adapt to the people around them. But the opposite is also true. If your friends are learning new skills, working on their goals, improving themselves, you'll naturally start doing those things too. Your friends influence your habits, your standards, your ambitions, and the scary part, most teens choose friends based on fun, not direction. But the people around you are either fuel for your future or anchors holding you back. Choose carefully. The truth number 3 is motivation is overrated. A lot of teens believe they need motivation to start improving their life. They wait for that magical moment when they suddenly feel inspired. But here's the truth. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you will feel motivated. Most days you won't. If successful people only worked when they feel motivated, nothing would ever get done. Instead, they rely on something much stronger: discipline. Discipline means doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Studying when you'd rather watch videos, working out when you'd rather stay in bed, practicing your skills when you'd rather scroll your phone. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a system, and systems always beat motivations. If you build discipline as a teenager, you'll develop a skill most adults never master. The truth number 4 is your phone is probably stealing your future. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Most teenagers spend 6 to 9 hours a day on their phones. Think about that. That's almost half your working life. scrolling social media, watching short videos, refreshing notifications. Now imagine spending even 2 of those hours learning valuable skills: coding, writing, design, communication, business. In 5 years, the difference would be massive. But social media is designed to keep you distracted. Every notification, every swipe, every endless feed, it's built to capture your attention. And attention is the most valuable resource you have. Because whatever you give your attention to becomes your life. If you give your attention to distractions, you'll build a distracted life. But if you give your attention to learning and growth, your future changes completely. Your phone can either be your greatest tool or your biggest trap. The choice is yours. The truth number 5 is failure is not the enemy. Most teenagers are terrified of failure. They avoid trying new things because they are afraid of looking stupid, afraid of being judged, afraid of making mistakes. But here's the reality: failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Every successful person has failed more times than you can imagine. Entrepreneurs fail businesses, athletes lose competitions, creators make terrible content before making great content, but every failure gives you something valuable: experience. And experience compounds. Think of life like a video game. Every attempt gives you more knowledge, more skill, more strategy. The people who win are simply the ones who keep playing longer. So instead of asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if this teaches me something? Because the fastest way to improve your life is to fail faster and learn quicker. The truth number 6 is the habits you build now will follow you for decades. Teenage years feel temporary. It feels like this phase will just pass and everything will magically change when you're older. But life doesn't work like that. The habits you build now are quietly shaping your future. If you build habits like procrastination, distraction, avoiding hard work, those habits don't disappear at 20. They get stronger. But if you start building habits like reading daily, exercising, learning skills, managing your time, those habits compound. Imagine 2 people at 18. One spends years building strong habits. The other spends years chasing comfort. By 25, their lives will look completely different. Not because of talent, not because of luck, but because of daily habits. Small actions repeated every day create massive results over time. Your future isn't built in big moments, it's built in boring daily decisions. If you're a teenager watching this, here is something important. You are at one of the most powerful stages of life. You have time, you have energy, you have the ability to completely shape your future. But time moves faster than you think. The next 5 years will pass whether you use them well or not. And one day, you will wake up and realize something. The life you have is the result of the choices you made when no one was watching. So start small, read more, learn skills, choose better friends, build discipline, protect your attention, because the earlier you understand these truths, the easier life becomes later. And if this video helped you even a little, remember this: your teenage years aren't just for fun, they are the foundation of your future. Build it wisely. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.